guys familiar with Julio Foolio?
I'm familiar with who he is, and the fact that his killer was living his best life at one point.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about today. So Julio Foolio, the singer or rapper of the song "When I See You," you know the song by Fantasia.
Yeah.
When I See You. So he remixed that song, but he made it a drill song.
Okay.
And he was dissing somebody who lost maybe 3 or 4 people who got shot in a car.
Okay.
And he went to their graveyard and had a picture of them and was dissing them in the song to Fantasia's "When I See You."
See, this why I don't play this radio.
But then the other guys, they also made a song to the what was that? What's that song?
Who I Smoke.
Yeah, Who I Smoke. Yeah, that was the one.
Oh, that song. I know that song.
Yeah, so that whole beef resulted in this. So Julio got unfortunately assassinated by these kids, bro. Because this kid's only 20. And he was 18 when it happened, you know? So Foolio got assassinated because he was dissing a lot of people's dead homies and dead friends. And nobody is surprised that he got murdered.
Yeah.
You know, rest in peace to him.
Rest in peace.
You know, it's not exactly surprising. So we're seeing the aftermath and the consequences of the killers in this situation who did an absolutely piss poor job at getting away. They did nothing right. You know?
Damn.
So this whole process is deciding whether they should get the death penalty or life in prison.
What is going on?
Let me see this.
Why? What is wrong with the aspect ratio right now?
Just press play. Is the volume working?
Clearly not.
I guess there's no volume on this.
Yeah.
So they're going to zoom in on his face and you see him crying, boohoo crying. Apparently, the whole time he wasn't crying until, like, you know, man was holding it in, trying to be tough guy. Till now, you know, but like, you know, he starts boohoo crying in the courtroom because I watch more of these situations, and the things that really get people going is when you see like your sister coming up to make a testimony about your character and your mother coming up and your first grade teacher and shit like that. People speaking on your character to try to make sure that you don't get the chair. You know?
Yeah.
So those type of things will provoke some emotion in you, especially when you're realizing, damn, I actually threw my whole entire life away.
Yeah.
You know? So to the next video.
One moment, please.
On the next video, I forgot exactly which one I had next. There was a lot of videos along with this, and this is what they're planning to do with him, basically. They're saying
rights, age, physical abilities, things like that. Do you think that the prison would benefit from him in a work capacity if he were sentenced to life without parole?
I say yes. With my experience, not only just in classification, but as former warden and even as a jail administrator, he's someone that's young, he's healthy. In reality, we need that labor, we need that sweat equity, and we will put him out there to work because we do have an aging prison population, jail administration. We have that, so we put these young individuals to work and get some sweat equity out of them since they are young and actually can do the work.
Yeah, you're gonna be in there for life anyways.
Yo, why did that
sweat equity?
Fam,
y'all are rude, bro. Y'all are evil people.
Hold on.
Laughing too hard.
My nigga, he killed someone and he's doing life, and you want me to be? Oh no! What a tragedy.
Well, he has to do.
You thought you were a bad man, and now we're talking about your sweat equity.
but wait. I understand your point of view, but let's have a little bit more of a. Let's open our minds up a bit.
You sound like AO.
You're right. He's rubbing up on me. Pause. But let's open our minds up.
Oh God.
I do have a little bit. If they planned this killing because Julio Foolio was dissing or had something to do with the killing of one of their relatives or friends, I have a little bit more understanding for their reasoning for wanting to get back. Even though that is not something that we might do, I do still have an understanding for revenge killing.
You know what would have been a better solution?
Calling the
Tell
police.
him.
Call the boy! But fam, call the boy! But that doesn't mean that they have enough evidence to convict them. But furthermore, let's go to the next one.
They clearly got convicted.
That was after they got convicted for killing him.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, they got convicted for killing the man's, then like I'm sure their ops were also as sloppy with doing the killing that they did. So
That's
therefore,
not how it works.
How?
Sorry,
Because
Pablo
the
Escobar.
other killers didn't get caught for the other murders, so obviously it wasn't as easy to. It wasn't the same crime. You can't just act like every single crime. Oh, they caught that crime, so they're gonna catch this crime. Obviously, they caught that crime, so they're gonna catch this crime. No, just because I know people who have died who their murderer is not caught. I know other people who got caught for killing people. It just sometimes it happens. Sometimes you get caught, sometimes you don't. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Depends on the
facts.
job. But
should I finish this video? Or
No.
No. Okay, we got enough out of that. Good to hear. All right. Next up is this.
This is showing the same kid, because this kid's parents are in the army. You know, he's a military kid, so he traveled all around.
Aim.
He traveled around the world. He lived in South Africa for a little bit, and he was like, he's in the army. He was doing the military kid thing. So it says Foolio's murder suspect had a nice life, as he was seen in South Africa riding zip lines and even doing photography for his school's football team. So allegedly, he was actually a good youth.
Fuck. That's one of my favorite NBA
The thing
songs,
is,
by the
seeing how
way.
he was so young back then, it's like
This looks like a 15-year-old.
Facts.
I know, but I'm just saying that. See how fast time flies, that he's 20 years old now. He committed the murder at 18. 3 years before, he would never even expect his life was going to end up like this. How fast someone from 15 to fucking 18 can make a decision that changes the whole direction of their life. I just think it's crazy.
It kind of reminds me of the song that the Kendrick song. Is it Peer Pressures?
The
Art of Peer Pressure?
Huh?
The Art of Peer Pressure?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. So you're saying that if things went another way in that story, then they could have had a different type of route in life.
No. I'm just saying that like that's like I can imagine that's how it happens. Just like because he's literally talking about how like he's a good youth, but like when he's around the guys, he's engaging in activities.
But I think that maybe we don't know much about him, but he's engaging in these activities because of things that Foolio was doing. It wasn't just like I don't know if it's just like I want to go out and do gangbanging shit with my friends, or you have something to do with murdering somebody who I felt like as a friend and I'm angry and we all have guns.
So okay, picture this, right? You know I'm a good youth. If you said, "Oh, Rooks," let's not use Rooks. A friend of ours got murked, right? And they're like, "Oh, we got to go get our get back," and you came to me. Do you think I'm following with you?
No.
Okay.
Not even the slightest.
But I know some good people who made some mistakes. I know somebody who wasn't. I know people who weren't really in the streets like that, but maybe went on a lick, were influenced or something, did something, and then one situation changed the whole trajectory of their life. They ended up in jail. They ended up doing all this stuff. But I know them, and they're a good you. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I refer to the Kendrick song, because that's literally what he's talking about.
I know peer pressure, but like that's irrelevant. I'm just saying that like, what? What?
Continue.
Yeah.
I want you to
It's
finish
basically
it.
the
Finish.
same thing, because it's like you're a good you, but because you're surrounded by the wrong people, you make one mistake and then it fucks up your entire life.
But you try to use yourself as an excuse, as a thing, saying you think that I would do that, even though I'm a good you.
But because you're saying that like we don't know the situation, like, oh, because like someone killed his mans, therefore that's probably the reason. It probably doesn't have anything to do with like him just doing gangbanging shit with his friends. And I'm like, well, there's an example. I can give an example where I would never, regardless if a close friend of mine got killed, and first of all, I probably wouldn't have a gun to go and feel like I need to get my gun.
But you are
like,
also pussy. So it's like you're not. It's not only about being a good you. It's like you're a pussy. So it's like. Oh my god. Honestly,
I think it was just wholesome.
well, you're not exactly the type of person who I would like think that would be outgoing in any sort of violent altercation at all, and for any reason, unless it has your mother involved. That's the only reason I can see you even getting violent with anyone.
Is that not part of what makes someone a good you?
No, I'm just saying that you can be a good person who makes a bad decision. That doesn't mean you're not a good you. You could be a good you. You made a bad decision. So I know good youths who made a bad decision. So I'm just saying that just because every you isn't you, who may be seen as like would never ever do anything bad ever, that doesn't mean that defines their whole character.
But that was not my point, though.
Then what was your point?
My point is that like you could be a good you, but if you're like sometimes you could just be surrounded by the wrong crowd and you make one mistake that fucks your entire life up.
I know,
my
but
point.
then you kept on bringing up yourself and but I would never do that. So when you start bringing up yourself, that's why I'm saying that is not everybody's like you. There's still good kids who aren't necessarily like you, but they're in different environments. You're not nearly in an environment to be influenced by people at a young age like that to put you in those type of positions. You were never in that type of environment.
Okay, I can see
that was kind of my initial point, though.
Why are you trying so hard to argue with me?
I think you guys are saying the exact same thing.
I keep saying that was my point, but you said no, and then you said something else, and I disagreed with that.
What did I say no about?
The only thing you're disagreeing with him is that him using himself as an example.
Is that not valid though? Him using himself as an example.
I think that's a personal invalidation.
But if he's using himself as an example as a response to my point, so if I'm saying my point and then he says, "But I wouldn't do that," that's kind of invalidating what I'm saying in terms of saying that good kids can make a bad decision, but I wouldn't make that decision. Okay, I understand that you wouldn't make that decision, but that doesn't mean that good kids can't make that decision. So that's where I'm standing. You're basically making it seem like he's not a good kid, or
I never said that. No, you're going too deep. That's all he said.
All right,
no matter you use the point from jump.
All right, moving on.
Academics. Let me put this on the screen. Hold on. Academic says Sean Gathright was destined to go away for life after photo surfaced of him with FaZe Clan member because he was a Call of Duty gamer.
Damn.
Destin is crazy.
That's crazy. Oh, why is it not? What the hell?
Oh, it's Facebook. Facebook is finicky.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me try and refresh it. One moment, please. He
was having a good time in life. He was living a privileged life. Not to try to use coming up from harsh backgrounds to justify criminality, but a lot of people believe in the poem mentality, which is sometimes when, and I actually believe in that because that's why I regretted certain stuff with Chicago, because it wasn't that everybody was a bad person. There's a lot of people that was POME, product of my environment. This kid's environment was luxurious 2-story house with multiple rooms. I think he's a solo sibling, or he doesn't have a sibling. Sorry, he's a solo child. It's not like he's sleeping 5 in a bed with his brothers and getting clowned for holding his shoes at school, and he got to go to the streets to make a little extra. His mom is never home, and he's hanging out with other people's house, and he get into some bad habits and whatever, and it goes to some internet stuff, and he's beefing and shit, like it's whatever, and the parents not there, so he ends up killing someone. He got great parents. The boy just wanted to start playing Call of Duty in real life. That's all we can say. We can't say that he was down bad. None of that stuff. The boy wanted to play Call of. He met his famous Call of Duty player here. This guy plays Call of Duty, or used to, and he was a big Call of Duty guy. And at some point, he said, "You know what? Let me go do this in real life." I would have some sympathy for him if he was under 18, but the boy is 20. All intents and purposes, but he was having a good time.
Wait,
I could be cooking sometimes.
But didn't he commit the crime when he was? I mean, fair enough. He was already of age when he committed the crime, but GG's.
And that's Foolio's mom.
His mother.
Oh
Lord.
Don Julio. And
oh God.
What does she have to say? Let me read this out. Justice for Foolio. The right get back. Guilty as charged. We all gonna cry together. What they say? Pop a bottle of Don Julio. Let's drink up. Oh shit. So that's it. It's just his mom popping up and doing a duck face and with her big forehead. And what that?
What was that?
No. What the hell?
Is this one of those? Is this one of those scenarios where you can say, you know, everybody agrees?
What was the big thing, Rex?
She's celebrating the guilty plea, the guilty verdict.
We got that.
No,
from the
I know,
caption.
but like whatever she was like pointing in the, I don't know what that was.
Thing?
I just think she's celebrating. No,
no,
So
I'm
that's a
saying
candle?
there was at the end of the video, she was putting something into the camera. But I don't know what it was.
Fuck you hand or whatever. I don't know. Right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Very, very,
that was interesting.
All right.
Yeah, very, very interesting.
All right.
You chat too much. Chat too much. Chat too much. Chat too much.